Up next on the Tesla Plaid channel. Welcome back to the Tesla Plaid channel. We're in the new of our two Tesla Plaids, this one with the 19-inch wheels. Still only got 200 something miles on it. We're going to double that mileage today. We're headed out to Orlando Speed World for a day of drag racing. It's a 5.7 liter Challenger on Mickey Thompson ET Street SS. You can see he's stripped for weight. No interior in this car, no other seat, just the one driver's seat. And you can also see the nitrous bottle back there.
So is the Tesla at full charge today? Are we? No, not at full charge today. What kind of percentage? 55%. So we'll see a 9-second run, probably in the high 9s today. And 100%, we're hoping you can break the world record. The world record, I believe, is like 908. Watch the little Tesla when it comes over. This could be interesting. Here comes the Tesla Plaid. You get a chance to go take a look at this thing in the stage lanes. Check out the steering wheel. Pretty wild. Looks more like an airplane wheel. Taking on the new body style Challenger RT.
All right, who's ever in the tower today is encouraging me to make a run, so I'm gonna do it. All right, this Challenger's on nitrous. I saw his bottle. He's also gutted for weight, so who knows exactly what he can do. I'm just in plaid mode. I'm not going with a drag strip or anything, as you can see here.
Go see Marco. He's got yours.
About the left lane, Travis?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were in the tower.
Huh?
Whoever was in the tower was encouraging me to go.
Yeah.
Is that okay on that pass?
No, you know you can't go that fast. It was him because he was. We're looking at him because he has nitrous, and then he went 9 something. I'm like, well, he can't race no more, and I thought it was him. I didn't think it was you.
Sorry, I wouldn't have gone that fast, but whoever was in the tower was saying, hey, Tesla, what's your percentage of charge? And I did, 5.5, and he said, okay, you're 55% charge. Let's see what it'll do. This guy can run low 9s, but because he's only at 85%, he's going to run a high 9. I don't even know what I ran.
You ran like 9 something, 9.6.
9.6.
Yeah, yeah.
9.6. So I won't run that fast anymore.
No, yeah. You can lift off at 1,000 and still run 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just
I'll
run it
try
all the
to
way
keep
to
it,
1,000.
9 and up.
9.9.
Yeah.
9.10 right there.
Cool.
Just because.
Yeah. No, I understand all the rules are, and you guys are
NHRA sanctioned. Yep.
Sanctioned.
Yep.
Yeah, like not all tracks are.
No.
PBIR is
NHRA.
Did they get sold to Walmart?
They supposedly, that's the news and from everything and what everybody.
I appreciate it, Marco.
No, that was good. Anything, man. I appreciate you coming out, man.
Okay.
But yeah, sorry, I gotta stop you. So
yeah, you got it.
1,000. If you hit 1,000, should be right around 10.
Yeah, and there's a cone there at 1,000, right?
Right. See where that.
All right, we had a little conversation with Marco, who runs this track, and we ran a 9.61 at 146.3 miles an hour. That's a little bit too fast, as he confirmed. But he said if I get out of it at the 1,000-foot mark, that should be kosher with the track. 8th mile on that pass, remember, we just went straight plaid, no drag strip, no launch control. We ran a 6.26 at 116.6, and we'll see how it goes on the next pass. All right, 911 Turbo S, most requested race. I can't exactly take requests because it's not like I show up to the track and every possible car is here. You can see there's only maybe 20 cars here total. But thankfully one of those 20 cars is a 911 Turbo S. Let's take a look at his tires here. 325 millimeter, eh?
Yeah.
Nice.
With 315s, and when I put these on them,
and they tuck nicely. You got a nice offset on the edge.
the offset's almost perfect, I think.
Yeah, it looks really good. So he's got 325 millimeter in the back, 265 millimeter in the front. tire, more tire than I've got. So he's got 265 in the front to my 255, and he's got big 325s in the back to my 285s.
Channel, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, great.
He's got more tire and he's got that big turbo top end power. The only thing we know for sure here is I can't take it lightly. This is not the same Porsche turbo that I ran here 3 weeks ago. It's also not the same Tesla Plaid. That was my 21-inch wheel Plaid. This is my 19-inch wheel Plaid. But I got to be careful because it's got that big top end power that can come around me if I'm not careful. Thank you for your service.
Hey, thank you.
All right, everybody keeps asking 911 Turbo S, 911 Turbo S. Well, we got a 911 Turbo S right here.
That last truck just dumped a bunch of crap on the starting line. So he's gonna go out, we're gonna run him, he's gonna go out and sweep it, and I'm gonna pull you guys after.
So the driver of the Tesla making sure the GoPro is working. I think if power goes out on the car, you might be able to power it with the GoPro.
All right, 911 Turbo S, the most requested car for me to race. And he's got bigger tires on the back. He's got those big Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2s, 325 millimeter. We're gonna run this in Plaid mode. He's already staged up. He's eager. Okay. We're a little stage forward, so I'm not gonna red light this. He red lit, that's fine. Red lit, that's fine. How much more power we got than him? We got that much more power. All right. So I ran it out to the 1,000-foot mark and then got hard on the brakes as requested by Marco, the track manager. He's very friendly about it. So for those of you that watched the run in my other Tesla Plaid 21-inch wheels against that Porsche Turbo a few weeks ago, and I was sloppy about it and let him come around at the top end, that was my revenge, so to speak. Didn't take too long. This is the very next Porsche we saw at a track, ready to take out our vengeance. That's all in good fun. I like the driver of this Porsche, by the way, veteran. Let's all be appreciative to him for his service. Nice guy. But I'm still going to beat him when I can. How'd I do? How'd I do?
I guess he's fixing the mile per hour.
Oh, it didn't show up any mile an hour. I was really hard on the brakes there. Would that have done it? Oh, it's showing my mile an hour, not his mile an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So there's something a little funny with the track system here, and it does not show the mile an hour of the Porsche. He ran 130 plus on his last pass. Now he red lit and got out on me, but that wasn't too much of a concern. And I was trying to run about a 10.0, and I ran a 10.02 to his 10.7, and I was only doing 109 miles an hour at the finish line.
Maybe tried to cheat and it still didn't help.
I saw that red light.
That was close.
My name's Andrew, by the way.
My name's Michael Andrew.
Oh, all right. Nice to meet you, Michael. So I had to get hard on the brakes. I don't know if you noticed
I
that.
saw that. Yeah, at 150, you know, you're kind of going, and these don't have the best brakes in the world.
Yeah,
but, you know.
yeah. And they gave me a hard time after that first pass. I trapped 146 on the first pass.
Oh, bummer.
And they called me over and whatever. But anyway, so yeah, they did that here last time as well. Yeah. But the funny thing is, they keep egging me on. I get to the front, and the guy in the tower is like, "Here's the Tesla.
Yeah, go,
You can run low 9.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's see what he runs on this pass. Let's see if he can break the record and cut a low 9."
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the heat or what. You know, time, and I'm running 1069, 1070 that time, and, you know.
Where do you think you might have trapped at? It didn't show mile an hour on your side. It had to have been 130 plus, right?
My draggy might have it. It was 131 last time.
Yeah.
Let's see if my draggy picked it up. Yeah.
1066 at 131.4, 1072 at 132, and then 107 at 129.7. So all right there on either side of 130.
Here's the last time I was here, which was, you know, 1043.
Oh yeah, 1043, and did it show mile an hour on that?
Well, I think I rolled off on her. I think a mile an hour might be off a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like it says 128 on the 1043, so I think you did as well.
Yeah.
So that might have been a 1039 maybe.
Yeah, my 60 foot is slower too. I was getting close to 150 on the 60 foot.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting that today, so I don't know. Back to the drawing board, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mess with it. You know.
Like tuning it?
No.
No.
I may go this way sometime. I don't know. Everybody's going to. Like I say, I got my Taycan's a 4S, so it's not the hot one. It run about an 11.7 or so. Okay. Which is great. That's great.
Yeah, and you know, if 10-second car is as fast as they'll let you run out here, then it's probably all we need for a daily driver, right?
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody put. I guess they said it was a Plaid, but somebody put one of these through a house last night.
We saw that. Yeah, everybody's talking about that. In fact, I've had a whole bunch of people text me today and say, Andrew, you still out there? That wasn't you, was it? No. Yeah, I take all my action to the drag strip. None of that shit on the street. Never. Never.
I'll go out and do a 0 to 60 pull, something like that, but I'm not going to go out and run 100 miles an hour down the street.
No, I advocate for everybody to be out here and, you know, support your local drag strip, you know?
But today's beautiful. There's nobody here, you know?
Yeah.
But 3 runs was all I need, Andrew.
All right. Nice seeing you, Michael.
Yep.
All right, he's calling it a day after his 3 runs. Nice guy. This Corvette's on Nitto drag radials. 315 millimeter Nitto NT05 drag radials. That's a good tire. I wish they made that tire in the size that I need for my Plaid, but they don't make it in the right size, which is why I've got the NT01s. All that noise in the background comes courtesy of a Mazda rotary. Thank you very much. All right, he's got some mods here. Like a 6.2 liter? Yep.
LS3.
Yep, LS3. I saw the different intake and stuff on it. So you have a tune on it?
Yeah, I have tune.
Yep.
I changed the intake, but it is not so good.
Okay.
I kind of regret.
Huh.
I like the look. Putting me back like 10 horsepower.
Oh wow. Yeah, okay.
420. Yeah. And then I need the 430.
Yeah. Those rotaries. My name's Andrew, by the way.
Walter.
Walter? Nice to meet you, Walter. All right, we're racing this Corvette on drag radials. That Corvette sounds pretty mean over there.
Right, the Tesla Plaid taking on the Corvette in the pair here. And the Tesla Plaid driver told us that it was only about 55% charged, so...
We're only putting in drag strip mode here for the sake of using launch control. We can't, we don't have enough time to warm it up. All right, here we go. Let's go to 1,000 feet. Under 100 miles an hour by the finish line, but I'm not sure we're going to get to see our mile an hour because the left lane was having some issues out here with their mile an hour device. But I can always look at the video afterwards and see what at least the speedometer said at the point we crossed the finish line. As usual, it's hot as blazes out here. Thank you. Okay. Let's pretend that the device is fixed out there and that this is my real mile an hour for a second. Let's take a look at this slip. I ran a 10.03 at 34 miles an hour. Holy crap. I'm going to pretend for a second that that's possible. Yeah, we were slowing down. Yeah, we were hard on the brakes, but I think we might have been going a little more than 34 miles an hour. That would have been something to see. Like a 10-second flat, pretty much. 10.03 at 34.7 miles an hour. The Corvette, he must have been struggling over there. He had a 13.5 at 109 miles an hour. Fun run, but I saw a couple of other interesting cars up here that I'm hoping to get lined up with. Is it hot out here today? It's 102, and we're under half battery now. We got a Grand Cherokee Trackhawk here. It's got the Hellcat motor in it, and this one was bought as a Trackhawk. I raced a Jeep a couple weeks ago that the guy had bought as just a Grand Cherokee, and he put the Hellcat motor in it. So I didn't really want to call it a Trackhawk since it wasn't purchased as a Trackhawk, but some of the commenters, you know, oh, you don't even know that that's a Trackhawk. No, I said it's a Jeep with a Hellcat motor in it because that's what it was. It was not a Trackhawk. It didn't have any of the features of a Trackhawk other than somebody just dropped a motor into a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Have you tried
This one, however, is a Trackhawk. Cool license plate, fast talk, I like it. Respect the badge.
If I do, it might
Love it. Pirelli Scorpion 295 on a 20-inch wheel, front and back. Doesn't look like he's the kind of guy who's just going to leave it stock. Haven't seen under the hood or talked to the owner yet, but if he's got a tune on here, he could be running a 10-second quarter, and I look forward to seeing what it does. All right, we're lining up with the Trackhawk here.
26 for the Challenger.
Might be a 10-second car. He's all-wheel drive, obviously. Yep. Thank you.
The Tesla and the SUV, a pair of four-door grocery getters up next. Although, both of them are kind of quick. Keep your eyes on the Tesla. You're not going to be able to hear it, so you just need to watch it.
All right, I'm still going to try to run it right around 10.0. And the last couple of runs have been right there at 10.0. We're going to run it flat out to the 1,000-foot mark right here, and then we're going to get on the brake. Flat out to the 1,000-foot mark right here, and then we're going to get on the brakes heavy. All right, let's see how close this is to 10.0.
Here you go.
Thank you.
No problem.
That felt like one of our faster passes that we've done this way, and yet it's our slowest ET of the day at a 10.06. This one at 101.77 miles an hour. Trackhawk only managed at a 12.1 and 113. We had a 10.02 and a 10.03, and this is a 10.06. So all 10.0s, I like to see that. So this Redeye Challenger's got a good amount of nitrous on top of it. So you start with 797 horsepower. You can see all those nitrous solenoids. These guys are pretty serious. They got beadlock wheels with big Mickey Thompson Street R's. 350 millimeter, and we got in here just one seat. You get two big nitrous bottles. Based on everything I'm seeing here, this has got to be a 9-second car. You might have also noticed there's no roll cage in there. That's the first thing I'm looking for, because all the other cars in these drag tire lanes have cages. Cage, 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 cage. Even that Mustang there's got a cage. Cage, cage, he's got his cage. I'm looking for the fastest car I can find out here without a cage, and this Challenger seems to be it. I understand he does have plans to put a cage in it soon, but I guess it helps to have tinted windows, because the Redeye ran a 9.5. Can't easily see if there's a cage in there or not. It's working for him. You know, tinting my windows really dark in the Tesla would be a whole lot cheaper than that roll cage, so maybe that's what I should do. All right, we're gonna have the fastest race we've ever had in this car. All right, I'm told that the track owner said, yeah, we'll let the Tesla run that Redeye on nitrous. And maybe it's because the Redeye on nitrous also doesn't have a cage. And maybe also because they know that he ran a faster pass than I did today, so they want to see me get beat. That's only a theory. I ran a 9.6 something and he ran a 9.57. We're pulling out all the stops for this. Unfortunately, we're down to only 46% battery. That's our one little problem.
A little challenge has been laid down here in the no time lanes as the has challenged the Hellcat to a quarter-mile run.
So we got to stage smart. We need to cut a good tree. And we need to stay in it all the way to the end.
So the Tesla ready to go. The Demon, on the power side, you saw the first Supercharged nitrous versus the Energizer and the Energizer Sports electrical. Who knew electric cars were going to do this?
Dragstrip mode is fully warmed up. Peak performance ready. You can see that. Let's put the cameras on. Okay, we want to just barely light that second bulb. There we go. There we go. Oh. I'm trying to stage up stupid freaking launch mode. Reaction time aside, we'll have a time slip hopefully here where we can compare and see what the ETs were of these two cars. But yeah, sorry to let you down out there, but I didn't know that was a Pro Tree. I've been running full tree all day, and I wouldn't have tried staging up launch mode had I known it was a freaking Pro Tree. Oh man, that sucked. I want to see these slips. I wish I knew that was going to be a Pro Tree, dang it. An 8:18 reaction time. All right. Okay, we got to talk this one through.
Close?
I wish I knew that was going to be a Pro Tree.
Oh,
I was staging up my launch control. But I want to look at the ETs. Let's look at the, at least the 991.
991.
That's not a good pass at all.
What's up, man?
No.
I wish I knew that was going to be a Pro Tree, man. I was staging up my launch control.
You've been in the street cars all day.
I've been in full tree all day.
Yeah.
But let's at least look at ET a mile an hour.
No,
My reaction was...
No time is always going to be Pro Tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran a 141 60 foot and a, man, that's actually a pretty slow 8th mile for me.
Yeah, I had a horrible...
147?
Yeah.
That's not my fastest mile per hour.
Not a good pass any way you look at it.
I took the 150 out of
But with that 937 and 147, I don't think I could have touched that 937 tonight either way. So, cool. Fun run. The car didn't perform. I didn't perform either at that light, but even if I had a perfect light, I don't think we would have beat him. If I ran a 9.4, which is my best run out here, and I had a tree that was a 10th better, that would have given us a chance. But you got to know what tree is coming up. And I don't think the car liked the fact that I had just started doing the launch control and then went for it immediately. That's racing. His car is dang fast. And he gave us a good run fair and square. next race is a familiar car, but in an unfamiliar setting. We've never seen the Monza out at the quarter-mile track before, but Jerry brought his Monza out. He's not geared to run the whole quarter mile. He usually cuts it at 1,000 feet, which is exactly where we're cutting it here today. So it should be an interesting run. He launches a lot harder than the Tesla does with those big Hoosiers on there, and that is, as always, a lot of tire on the back of this Monza. So we've only raced 660 feet previously. We'll be taking it to 1,000 this time. Still almost 100 degrees out here, and as you can see, I'm taking the fire safety seriously. We're down to 43% battery, and we're going to use drag strip mode, but we're not going to use launch control on this pass. So we're just using drag strip mode because I'm really curious what the car would have done on that last pass against the Nitrous Redeye if I would have just basically foot braked it instead of trying to do launch control. So yeah, we're about 3% lower on battery than we were then, but that's the only difference. So we're down to 43% at this moment.
This is interesting with Tesla. We're going to go at it. There's a ton of launches. Tesla kind of gets the battery on acid. The Monza was never designed as a performance vehicle, although it was available in the final years with a small block screen on the 5 inches and about 160.
Racing Jerry in his big tire Monza, so I'm not going to take the tree too aggressively. I don't want a red light here. I got the cameras on here for your additional viewing enjoyment, and we got 2 cameras on the right side this time. All right, stage. Red light. That's all right. I'm going to go all out. The track owner is apparently Tesla friendly and saying we can run flat out, then we're going to take advantage of that opportunity. All right, that's our last pass of the day here. Thank you. All right, we're down to 40% battery state of charge after that pass. I ran a 9.61 at 144. Well, that pass would have been a little bit better against the Redeye on Nitrous. Still 3/10 behind his ET, and I wasn't going to get him by that much on the tree, especially when I didn't know it was going to be a pro tree. But I'm going to stop belly aching about that and take my lumps. But next time I come out here, I'm going to be ready for that guy, and if he wants to race, it's going to be the first or second pass of the night for the Tesla, not the second to last pass when I'm down in the 40% range. The Monza ran a 10.8 and 112. Now he's not geared to go the full quarter. He's an 1/8 mile car. Looks like I had a decent light. I had a 0.06. He red lit by 0.9. I'd passed him, it looks like, by the 3:30, and then well ahead at the 1/8 mile. And I just went ahead and stayed in it all the way through to see what time I could get. Good run.
I guess I flirted with disaster too many times today.
Yeah, you jumped out.
Right on me.
I knew you were going to jump out, but I didn't expect you to red light.
Yeah, I've been flirting with it all day.
Yeah.
I told you, I don't know if I ate my Wheaties this morning or what, but for some reason I've been doing 001s.
I was ready for a 00. I mean, I had an 06, mediocre, but I wasn't going to give you a 3/10 of a second or anything out there. But, you know, I decided to just stay in it because if the track is going to let me. I was very curious what a full pass would do
at 40
after this many runs. There's a good number of passes, at least 6 passes.
Heck yeah.
And good to see that it's at least doing a 9.6. I wish I had that pass against the Redeye with the Nitrous, but not knowing the tree cost me. But we both had a good tree. That's, I mean, we both left together, I should say. Red light or not, you know what I mean? It's always good to leave together.
They, I don't think the
girl down there likes the electric. She's like, he raced you. Yeah, she's like, he raced you because he got mad because he got beat by the Redeye. I'm like, if you only knew him and I are friends,
we
just told
had
the
it
wrong
all
person.
set up, and we were about to race before that race.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know. No, that's them. You know how
I wanted both of the races, but yeah, I think a few people just make the assumption that there's some kind of electric versus non-electric rivalry. So you're about as non-electric as you can get there, Jerry. What's your honest opinion of Teslas?
I like them, man. Like I said, if the price came down, because I'm a cheap butt, I'd get one.
Yeah.
I'm just too cheap to spend that kind of money.
I hear you. I don't know if I've shared with you before, Jerry, but there's no way I would have this car if it wasn't for me selling my house out west.
I know, brother. And
downsizing. And it's just the difference. You know, I got a house here and a nice car, or I could be out there and I would have never, ever been able to afford this car. My wife and I can barely afford to go out to eat a couple times a month.
I bet, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, you do what you got to do to have fun. That's what.
But I have no regrets about that trade-off.
Oh, I bet. No.
Because I'll take, you can't drive your house, first of all.
No.
And as a gearhead, why do you want to tie up a bunch of money in
somewhere
you
can spend the night at?
Yeah.
Basically.
So,
like I said, I got nothing against them, brother.
Yeah.
I think they're very impressive, and the haters can hate and the rest of us can have fun.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for the race, Jerry, as always.
Definitely.
I'll see you at Showtime maybe Wednesday.
Yeah, maybe. It depends on my work schedule.
Okay, so it was a great day of racing. We raced some fast cars and some not so fast cars. We can only race the cars that are out there. So we took down that Porsche pretty easily. Everybody wanted me to race the 911 Turbo S. There you go. There's that gutted Redeye with the nitrous. Fast car, no doubt. He ran a 9.3, better than the fastest I've run in this car so far. I've run a couple 9.4s. But, you know, is that car a daily driver? Well, it was gutted and there wasn't anything in there except a driver's seat and 2 big nitrous bottles. So I'm not sure I would call that a daily driver exactly, but a fast car nonetheless. I'm not taking anything away from how fast it is. I'm just drawing the comparison between the cars. I'm looking forward to that rematch. I'm sure some of you guys will be looking forward to it as well. You know, you can put into the comments all you want, I'd like you to race Rimac or something, but let's be realistic. With 50 of those coming to the US and $2.4 million each, do you think we'll ever actually see one at a drag strip? Let me tell you this, they made way more Bugattis last year than the number of Rimacs they're going to import to the US, so I've never seen a Bugatti at a drag strip, ever. But the most encouraging thing that came out of today was that the owner of that track seems to be a little bit lenient towards the Tesla. I guess he was giving me the same courtesy that he was given to that Redeye. And in case anyone thinks I'm not about safety, my fire safety from top to bottom, I'm very serious about it, even replacing my helmet since the visor broke on this one. So fire safety from head to toe. I don't think this car will flip too easily, and if it does, I think it's got pretty good crush strength. I've got 8 airbags, and yeah, I'm willing to take my chances, but that's also why I prefer to race 8th mile at least every other time I go out. So Bradenton seems to be the odd man out now, the only quarter-mile track that's still putting restrictions on me in this area. So we'll see what we do with that, but if I can race flat out at Orlando, I'm racing flat out already at Showtime Drag Strip. That gives us 2 out of 3 of the local tracks that let us run flat out, so I like it. While I'm on the topic of safety, on a serious note, many of you guys have heard about the horrific accident that occurred locally here, just south of Tampa, just less than 48 hours ago as I'm recording this, where a guy in a Plaid with 3 passengers in the car, so he was rolling 4 deep, high rate of speed into a T intersection, goes over an embankment, into a house, landing on top of some poor 69-year-old grandmother. How horrific was that? And, you know, I've said it before, I say it a lot in my comments. I don't know if I've come right out and said it verbally in any of my recordings, so I'm going to say it right here, right now. Don't mess around with that crap, man. I mean, you know, it's not a Tesla specific thing. And let's just say right up front, that could have been any car. That could have been some idiot in a minivan, you know, going 100 miles an hour into a T intersection like that, landed in the house. And it happens now and again in all kinds of cars. This one splashed all over the news because it's a Tesla, and these disingenuous news sources, and I'll come right out and I'll say it, it's BS, man. It's a Tesla, so that makes it newsworthy. You know, had that been any other car, I wouldn't have heard about it probably. Accidents happen all the time. But it was a Tesla, and is splashed all over the news, so, you know, we've got to pay attention to these kind of things and kind of push back on the misinformation. Hopefully it doesn't result in Tesla backing off the power on their cars, or heaven forbid doing a software update that cuts the power of this car. What BS would that be? Over one boneheaded driver making a really bad decision like that. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully it blows over and becomes yesterday's news, you know, faster than it hasn't already, because at the track today I was hearing a lot of people talk about it. Oh, there's one of those Plaids. Did you hear about what happened with the Plaid? Because it was all over the news yesterday. Just don't mess around with that crap, man. You know, no matter what car you're driving, Tesla or anything else, fast or slow, don't screw around on the street. People die that way all the time. Just a couple months ago, a kid right here, he's 24 years old, I think he was sentenced to several decades in prison for street racing in Tampa, and he killed 2 people, and now he's going away for a couple decades into the slammer. So, you know, when he decided to make that street race that day, he certainly didn't think it was going to be his last day of freedom, but that's what happens, and don't let it happen to you. We got drag strips, so when you've seen as much horrific stuff happen on the streets and even at tracks, saw a couple guys wipe out today at the track. I did not get any of it on video, but you know, the difference is when you wipe out of the track like this 1/8-second Mustang did, you've got paramedics, you know, seconds away, and they're on it, and they're right down there, and thankfully there were no injuries in either of those 2 incidents today. But if you're on the street, who's coming to help you out? You know, you're going to be waiting a whole lot longer, because as one of my favorite channels likes to say, no one's coming to save you. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox, and hope you enjoyed these races today. It's encouraging that Orlando is now friendly to the Plaid and letting us run into the 9s. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time right here on the Tesla Plaid channel. Again, if you're ordering a Tesla, consider using my referral code. It'll give me 1,000 free Supercharger miles that allow me to go a little bit faster when I get to the track. Unfortunately, today I didn't get to the Supercharger before I hit the track. I didn't have enough time, and that's why we're down at 25% right now and making those races at 40%. But it was an interesting experiment.